Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us this morning. Our first order of business is to call to order the meeting of the Board of Finance. Could you take the roll call, please?
Present.
Present.
Present. Well, she is in the building, but we do have a quorum, so we'll call for an approval of the agenda.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
Call for the vote.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. The agenda is one item. It is a discussion, consideration, and decision regarding the approval of the Treasurer's Office and Investment Report to the Board of Finance. We are sitting this morning as the Board of Finance. Susan Trujillo, County Treasurer. Good morning, Susan. Thank you.
Good morning, Chairman, members of the Board of Finance. This morning, I have the Treasurer's Office has is presenting before you the Treasurer's Report. And I want to report that on January the 9th, the Board of Finance, which is the members are myself, Susan K. Trujillo, as the Treasurer, attended. Paula Sanestevan, Senior Accountant, attended. Mary Ann Gonzalez, Accountant 1, attended. Stephen Archuleta, Manager, and attended. And previously was, in the previous meeting, Brent Jaramillo was in attendance. Leandro Cordova, Finance Director, had been out of the initial meeting, but attended the second meeting, and Robert Malone, attorney, available if needed for legal counsel. Tom Blankenhorn, Commissioner, attended. Rose Vargas, U.S. Bank Main Office Manager, attended. And it was, I'm going to go ahead and read you the minutes as such. The agenda included the December 31st, 2014 investment report that was provided by Paula Sanestevan, the accountant, and the schedule of collateral pledged to depository for public funds of June 30th, 2014, and the audit report by Susan Trujillo, and Rose Vargas provided the U.S. Bank quarterly report, and she also provided a bank charge analysis, and the U.S. Bank CD interest rates were provided by Rose Vargas on a 6-month CD and a 12-month CD. The investment policy of the Taos County Treasurer was going to be discussed by Bob Malone, and so that was the agenda. The minutes that I took for the meeting were that the initial meeting on the 9th was continued on January the 26th, 2014. The meeting was extended to January the 26th to accommodate the manager and the finance director's schedule. Bob Malone was not available to attend the meeting, but previously informed the treasurer and the manager that he has completed a draft of the investment policy and would be sending a copy to the committee members for review. After some discussion on liquidity and the anticipated expenditures, it was determined by the committee that $1 million would be deposited into a 6-month CD from January 1st through July 1st, and $1 million plus would be deposited in a 1-year CD. The committee determined this investment based on the investment objectives in the current investment policy, that of safety, that of liquidity, and that of return. The safety is the single most important objective of this policy is the preservation and protection of capital or the principal of the funds and other assets to be invested. Liquidity, the portfolio shall be sufficiently liquid to ensure the immediate availability of funds to satisfy the reasonably anticipated continued operational requirements of the county, and return, the portfolio shall be managed to maximize the investment yield through budgetary and economic cycles while preserving the higher priority of safety and liquidity. The second quarter report of the investment committee will be presented to the Board of Finance on February The third, which is now today, meeting to be to include the Treasurer's and Finance Director's report. The Commission will convene as the Board of Finance. And I would like to note that the Finance Director provided his report to the Commissioners at a work study, which satisfies the requirements of the policy. Do you have it wasn't provided? It's not, okay. So, but I'm going to need to know what is the first item. In the packet for the purposes of the report, I went ahead and I provided the bank report that was provided by Rose Vargas as the bank manager to the Board of Finance. And the second item that you will see, and I believe that it is in your packet, it is the quarterly report. And I would like to, all the financials, all the reporting is, it goes to the Treasurer's office. So within the Treasurer's office, the quarterly reports, well, the monthly reports and the quarterly reports, all the are provided for your information and to satisfy the reporting requirements. And I would like to also note that the monthly reports are being recorded at the clerk's office. But if you see before you, you have a copy of the quarterly report, and which includes all the funds in all the in the reporting, and there's a detail of which includes the debt service, the enterprise funds, everything that the county is accountable for, and it's in the top sheet will give you a balance. It shows that that the report has been balanced and presented to DFA as the quarterly report. And there's another report that is also included with your with the DFA report is the investment, the schedule of investments, and it shows that it reports that there are 3 certificates of deposit and 2 at People's Banks, each for $58,000, and a certificate deposit at U.S. Bank for $2,035,061. And we have to remember that this is as of December the 31st, so this is the second quarterly report. It does not, this report does not include the decisions that were made by the Board of by the committee, and which took effect on January the 1st. Okay, and the next report that you're going to have before you, I have included the New Mexico Department of Finance Local Government Division Property Valuation Estimate. And I believe that was a question that I remember that was brought up, and that was what the collection rate was in the budget, and that is at 89% of, excuse me, $10,579,610, and that would be the total of the valuations. And so it gives us a total production of $9,415,853, which is the budget. That is what was budgeted to be received. So on the next page, which is the detail of receipts, which is this page, and I have added a few items on this page for you. To date, the property tax current as of December the 31st is $6,191,258.41. And the budget is $9,415,853. You get that from the 89% that was on this report. So the remaining yearly budget balance is $3,224,594.59, which is, we have collected 66% of the budget, and we have 34% remaining. And we should be at 50% because that is mid-year. And I went across, if you kind of go across, I thought, well, if they want to know what it would have been at 90%, it would have been $9,521,649. The difference being $105,000 if you would add that additional 1%, $105,796. Now, if you would have gone up to 91%, it would have been $9,627,445, and it would have been $211,592 that we would have to receive. And so I believe that that the 89% percentage is a good number.
Commissioner Fambro.
Mr. Chairman, Susan, is that property tax prior years, that's delinquents that you that 775 projected, the 546?
Yes, I'm going to go to that next.
Okay.
And that is, you're correct, Commissioner Fambro. It's $775,000. That was the projected amount. We have collected, as of December the 31st, $546,475.56. We have $228,524.44 remaining. We've collected 71%.
That's pretty good.
That is very good. I commend the Treasurer staff. And it's a target for us.
Just to put it in perspective, every additional point we collect over 89 is about a couple of $100,000 to the budget.
105,
It is 105,
Okay,
approximately
106.
105.
Thank you.
But I believe it was for the work study, it was brought up. And so I thought I'll just provide you what that analysis would be. And so in the prior tax years, we have 29 remaining budget to collect, and I think we're going to exceed that. And the property interest and penalty, it was budgeted to receive $275,000. We have received to date $164,291.67. We have $110,708.33 remaining. We've collected 60%, and we have 40% to collect. Any questions on this report? The next one before you is the are the delinquent taxes, but these are before they're distributed. And so as you can see, look at the second quarter, and this I'm making the analysis from quarter to quarter, and the second quarter undistributed is 430. Well, it's 1,308,074.35 that is reported, and the difference is 431,228, which has been which is still to be collected. And no, actually, it is collected. I'm sorry. Let me look at my analysis here. This is the difference between the two reports, between the 1.7 million and the 1.3 million. And so that is the 431,000. So the point that I want to make here on this report is that what we collect, even in the delinquent taxes, doesn't just affect Taos County. I mean, us in Taos County here. It is to the schools and to the other counties, everyone that is associated with Taos County that gets the distribution. So it is really important for us to target this money. The next report that you have before you is the detail of GRT receipts. And I believe that, I don't know if you all, the new commissioners have become familiar with this report, so I'm just kind of going to go through each one. And what this report is, if you look at the very bottom, it's the 7.125%. And this is a breakdown of what is, what makes up the 7.12% and what amount goes to each fund. And so if you see the first one, it's the general fund, and it's 3/4 of the 1/16. And so we are at 52% of 50. So we have, I believe that we're at flat, basically flat in our receipts and budget. We are, again, we stand to collect, we've collected $157,241.04. And the budget was $304,752. So we still have $147,510 to collect. So we've collected the 52%. On the fund, on the next fund, the county health care, which is Fund 102, and that holds the 50% of the third 1/8, which is 1/16. And so that is...
Excuse me, Susan, could you tell us what page we're on? I'm sorry.
Okay.
The last page.
That's what I thought. So it's the one right
GRT.
before the general fund graph, just a few pages from the end.
I'm sorry, I should have
There it is.
pointed it out.
Okay, we're good. We're on the same page. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
So again, the general fund, over here at the very top, you will see that I have provided the 50% where we should be at the second quarter, because it's mid-year. And the first line across is the general fund, and that what goes in that fund is 3/4 of the 1/16. And there are 3 1/8, and then there's the 1/16 for general purposes. And that 1/16, 3/4 of that goes to the general fund. The other 1/4, you will see later on, goes to the road department. So 3/4 of 1/16, what it, I'm going to take my glasses off so I can see better. We receive, this is so tiny, $80,930.84. $157,241 year to date. And the budget is $304,752. So we are at 52%. The next is the health care, which is 50% of the third 1/8, which is going currently into that fund. And so what the receipts in that fund are $209,801. The budget was $377,475, remaining $167,673. We've collected 56%. The next one is the GRT Judicial Complex. This is the excess from Fund 420, which is the excess of the infrastructure and the capital. All let's see, it's the and the correct. No, it's the infrastructure and the capital excess goes to this fund. It's the Fund 103, and we have year to date we have $451,867 has gone into that fund, and the budget was $627,893. We're at 77% collected. And the next one is the environmental GRT. That's the one that goes into the solid waste, into Fund 202, and we have collected $94,020.98, and the budget was $234,200. So we have collected 40%. That's a little low from the budget projections. And so here in the Public Works Fund, the other fourth of that 1/16 goes into this fund, and it was budgeted to receive $103,615. We have collected $52,413, and we're at 51% collected. The Indigent Fund, which is the second 1/8, and plus 50% of the third 1/8 goes into this fund. But actually in there is also a gross receipts 1/16, which is intercepted by the Medicaid, which automatically goes to the Medicaid office. So in total, everything that goes to the indigent at this time is, and the Medicaid is, the budget is $1,632,500. We have collected $812,651 for 50% collected. So the fire excise tax is a 1/4 GRT, and the budget is $520,378,000, and we have collected $261,049, and it's at 50% collected. And the jail, which gets the excess of the correctional, which the other part of the correctional goes into the Fund 420 for the complex, which is the complex fund. There was a budget of $114,975. We have collected $83,635 in that fund. 73% has collected. So the USDA complex loan, which is the first 1/8, and it is in Fund 411, and there is the budget was $820,000. $419,456.22 has gone into that fund, and it's at 51%. And the complex fund, which includes the 1/4 capital outlay, the 1/16 correctional, and the 1/16 infrastructure, the budget is $2,072,270, which satisfies the debt service in this for the debt service for the building. And we have reported $929,163, and we're at 45%. And for the GRT, which is 50% of the 1% GRT for the educational bond, and there is a budget of $4,865,125. $1,408,973,000 has been collected, and it's at 29% collected. So this is your GRT report.
Susan, thank you for the recap on our tax collection. It's always good to see where we are with that. The decision that we have before us today, the Board of Finance, are you going to ask us to accept the recommendations of the committee?
Yes, not at this time, because this is the report that is on December the 31st, and is the requirement just to receive the fund report. On the third quarter report will be the recommendation.
And at that time, will we consider the resolution,
Yes.
the new resolution that Mr. Malone drafted?
Yes. And I just have two other reports for you, and which are brief, and I will be sending these to you on a monthly basis, and that is the cash report, which is the graph, and that in there I have initially, I post not only the graph, but the dollar amounts and the reserve amounts of the 312s and the 412s. So we see that as of December the 31st, the cash balance in the general fund was $7,680,794. And the cash analysis that I have also prepared also indicates that at mid-year, and which is this report, and if you see, I have what you'll find in here that I have entered the initial revenues, and which are $7,618,014.90 for the general fund. The expenditures were $4,535,705.79. The transfers out of the general fund were $1,074,104 $2,137.69, which leaves a balance of $2,008,171,000, which is at midpoint very good. And considering that we budgeted at a 1.865 at in the as a budget in a deficit. So we are doing very well. But I have also included the cash balances, and which is part of the governmental funds that that the general fund supports. So at the end, it's $2,278,670. So are there any questions on this report?
Commissioner O'Donnell.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, maybe for the public's, can you give us a general condition of the county right now financially?
As of December the 31st, the quarter report, this report indicates is that the county is doing very well. And it has met its budget requirements. It has made its reserve requirements plus. And so in my analysis and evaluation of the financials for the county, I stand to say that we're doing very well.
Thank you.
I was going to ask Chairman and Board of Finance that I believe it's when you think of when the quarterly reports and when the decision of what was decided at the committee meeting of the investments, I would think that I would like to give a report of what the deposits were and or the decision that was made at another meeting, so that the commissioners will know that, and it could be presented in the elected officials report. So if that is okay, and I could just go ahead and give you a report on how the money was invested through the decision that was made from January 1st through July.
You want to give us that report now? Or
Go ahead. I don't think that we have the report.
Okay.
But we will get it to you at the next commission meeting on the elected officials report. I will come before you and give you that report.
Great.
Because the decision was made.
All right. Well, thank you so much for our quarterly recap, and appreciate all your hard work. Any other questions, commissioners?
Thank you, Susan.
And I would like to also note that the reason that that you have a separate agenda was that it is very important that the commissioners convene as the Board of Finance, totally and separately from their duties as commissioners. And I also want to thank the Board of Commissioners for allowing me to attend the NMAC, the Association of Counties board meeting, which reviewed all the priorities that were going to be submitted before through the legislative process, and they are still weeding out and prioritizing, but it was a great experience. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Susan.
We have a motion to adjourn our meeting as the Board of Finance.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
A second? Call for the vote?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.